This is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm activating your personal, spiritual, and healing evolution. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Today's video is a quick reminder that you can make a different choice today. You don't have to keep repeating the same toxic patterns that you've been repeating for years. Maybe at some level they are comfortable. Your nervous system is used to it, even if it's making you miserable, even if it's overstimulating you, even if it's driving you crazy. Might be addicted to chaos at some level. I've been there. Sometimes we forget that we can make a different choice. You don't have to keep interacting with that energy. You don't have to keep responding in the same way. You don't have to keep a certain person in your life. You don't have to keep doing things you don't want to do just to please other people or just because you think that's what you should do. You can make a different choice today. You can think a different thought. You can feel a different way. You can take a different action. You can choose a healthier behavior instead of a toxic behavior. But it all starts with awareness. You have to be aware of the pattern first in order to break it, in order to make a different choice. Don't be afraid to make a different choice that's better for you, even if that irritates other people, even if that triggers other people, even if that makes other people feel uncomfortable. I've had to do this in my life when I was overcoming addiction and different traumas and things like that, and being just on a healing journey in general. I had to let go of a lot of people that did not have my best intentions, didn't have the same vision in mind that I had for my life, that were actually trying to bring me down in some way, whether they knew it or not. I could feel certain people tugging at my energy, right? I'm trying to elevate and certain people are trying to pull me back. You're not stuck. You're just repeating a pattern that's familiar to you and familiar to your nervous system. You can literally make a different choice at any time, but often it's not comfortable. Our nervous system isn't used to that healthier new choice, right? You're used to the old pattern. So it's like, what are we doing? We usually do this. It doesn't feel safe, right? That new choice feels almost a little scary, but exciting at the same time. We have to be able to sit with the discomfort and make it normal for our nervous system. So that only happens with awareness, repetition. Don't be afraid to prioritize your well-being today, and don't be afraid to be a little uncomfortable. It does become more comfortable with repetition, but you just have to get over that little rough patch, right? There's a lot of good things, and your life gets magical on that other side of fear, on that other side of the discomfort. This is what the transformation is all about. Sometimes you have to go through the void state for a while. And that void state can feel lonely. You can feel like some people are going through a dark night of the soul where like everything that was attached to their old self, their old identity that isn't in alignment will like fall out of your life. And it's usually when you're consciously going on a healing journey or a personal growth journey, spiritual journey, right? Because you're seeing that these things are not in alignment. I don't want to live my life this way. Like maybe you've had to deal with a lot of suffering. Sometimes the suffering leads to an awakening. Sometimes the breakdown leads to a breakthrough. So don't fear that. It can be kind of scary. It can be like you don't know who you are anymore, or feel like you have no friends, you feel alone. But eventually you'll see that loneliness, it's not really loneliness, it's solitude. You're going within more. Sometimes choosing yourself means letting go of people that are not good for you. Letting go of things that aren't good for you. Toxic patterns, things that have been like having a death grip on you. Things that you feel like it's really heavy, that feel like they're burdens. You almost feel like you can't release them. You're not meant to carry those things. If you really want to elevate, how can you elevate when you have these heavy burdens weighing you down? Like I said, it could be in the form of toxic patterns, habits, thoughts, feelings, traumas that we can't let go of. Maybe we can't forgive someone for something they did to us. Maybe we're holding on to resentment. Maybe we have abandonment issues. Maybe we have just a lot of trauma in general. That's why it's important to be very gentle with yourself as you're making these changes. Kind of like you're soothing your nervous system. Extra on the self-care, the grounding, like I've said in many of my videos. You can make a different choice today, even if it's a small different choice that alters your whole timeline, that alters your whole reality. Every little choice you make creates a different timeline. You think a certain way, you feel a certain way, you act a certain way. Starts in the mind first, like I've said in many of my videos. So if you can start just thinking differently, it can take time. And it takes a lot of awareness to make these changes. And often we self-sabotage ourselves, right? If you did revert back to old behavior, Just having awareness. I was really triggered. I was really stressed. I was really angry. And I went back to an old pattern that was comfortable for me. That doesn't mean it's all over. I can't start over. You can start over today. You can make a different choice today and alter your whole reality. And everything will change for you. If you keep making these small choices, it's not always about the big extreme choices. Sometimes, people operate like that. I've done that myself, but it's not always sustainable. Can I think slightly better thought today? Can I feel a slightly different way today? Can I take a different action today? You know what? Instead of doing this toxic behavior that I usually do, I'm gonna go sleep instead. I'm gonna go work out instead. I'm gonna go make content instead. I'm gonna go do this hobby instead. I'm gonna go do something that brings me joy instead. Sometimes it's just not so much about replacing the habit. It's about like transmuting it. It's like there's an energy that's there that just needs an outlet. Maybe it needs something to express itself. It wants to be released, right? Or channeled in some kind of way. You're not obligated to your past. You can be a different person today. Make a slightly better choice every day. A choice that's more in alignment with your higher self, best self, or where your life wants to go. And if you don't know what that choice is, think about it. This version that I want to be, what would they be doing next? Would they be thinking this thought? Would they be feeling this way? Would they be taking this action? They'd probably be doing the opposite of that, right? So it's getting more alignment, getting your thoughts, feelings, and actions more in alignment with that. You become a new and better version of yourself, and you'll just continue to evolve when you continue to do this. This might require you to do something slightly outside of your comfort zone every day. Just do it. If it means that much to you, you'll do it. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, and 2 podcasts. The links are in this video description. I also offer coaching. So if you need intuitive guidance to motivate and support you on your personal growth, healing, and or spiritual journeys, my contact information is in this video description. Have a good day. Namaste.